What it do, gang? It's your boy Two-Time Moto TV, and we're back with another video, guys. We're still getting the 1992 Foxbody Mustang Procharger still here at Scott's shop. We are making a ton of progress for the parts that we had at the time. We should have everything now besides the intercooler. The intercooler will be here tomorrow. This is a P1 SC Procharger with a 4.25 inch pulley that should give me about 9 to 10 pounds of boost. That's what Procharger told me on the phone, but you can never go off of what somebody tell you. You will have to tune it or dyno tune it yourself. Everything lines up perfectly, man. Turning out pretty good. As you guys see, my radiator don't have the fans on the front at the moment. We did have to take the fan shrouds off in the front because that was coming in contact with my crank and my tensioner pulley. So we removed the fan shrouds and we're gonna just mount the fans directly to the radiator, and that should give me enough room in between for clearance. We have 42-pound injectors, and we have a mass airflow sensor that goes along with the 42-pound injectors, so we should be in a safe predicament there without having to go straight to the dyno or go straight to a tuner to get it tuned. But I do want it tuned so that everything can work together. We will be getting an aluminum drive shaft because I do have like minor vibration in my clutch or like in the floorboard when I'm up to speed at about 75 or 80 miles per hour. We're hoping that that's just the stock drive shaft out of balance. That's a normal thing. So we will be installing an aluminum drive shaft. As you guys see, the tubing is already directed into the fender. You have to reinstall the intake manifold, and we're gonna route it through this little cup here. This little cup pops out. Intercooler should be here tomorrow. I have a horizontal mounted intercooler. The scoop did come in. The scoop will direct air from the front of the car up inside the intercooler, so the intercooler will be laying face down to the ground like that, and then it will have a scoop underneath it. So as air is directed, it's basically going into the intercooler, keeping everything cool. You can run this Procharger non-intercooled, but I decide that, hey, if I daily drive this thing or if I'm driving it all day, I don't want things overheating. There's a couple of other little things that I'm gonna ask Scott to do if he got time, like hook up my tachometer. The wire is routed in the engine bay, but it's not hooked up for some reason. So we're gonna take care of that. And guys, hopefully when we fire this thing up, we won't have any issues, but you know how things like this go. So this is part 2. We're gonna continue this video with me picking the car up and with it driving, hopefully. So you guys make sure to watch the full video. Gang, so we got the Black Fox back to the house, man. Super excited about the whole build. The only thing that needs to be changed is this pulley. But before I start talking about that, I'm just gonna let you guys look at the setup, see what we got going on. Scott did his thing. A bunch of brackets had to be fabricated, such as this radiator bracket. A bunch of things had to be deleted as well. I did have a small pump delete. So this is just a bracket in the back along with a pulley that, you know, is just rotational, so my belt is just driven around that. And this is the Procharger itself with all the brackets and components. You got my tubing from the back of the Procharger going into there. It's routed down here, if you guys can see that pipe. It also has my bypass valve right there with that smaller tubing. Pipe is then routed in front of the car. There's the intercooler. Intercooler is getting a lot of air due to this bottom half of the fender being open how it is. Intercooler is centered. Then it comes into this tubing here. Goes up there to the top. And then it's routed into the intake manifold. We also installed the FMU, which is like a fuel trim setup. As you guys can see the dial in the back right there, you turn it, set your fuel trim. That allows this car to be a non-tuned setup at the moment. The car does have hiccups at top end. Basically, when you're at higher RPMs, you can hear like a little burble because it's not tuned. But this is basically a get by for the moment. And I will be getting this car tuned so I can get the most amount of power out of this Procharger as possible without any hiccups, top end, bottom end whatsoever. As you guys can see, the engine bay looks a lot cleaner than it did before. That's just because a lot of, you know, components was deleted. I also had my AC deleted. The AC didn't work anyway, so I just went on ahead, deleted the hoses. Also, you guys know that the battery's not there, so you don't have a lot of cables running to it. And there was a few other things that was deleted as well. Oh, and the smog pump, all of the hoses and wiring and stuff that went to that. So it looks like a lot cleaner setup. I will be adjusting some wires, putting zip ties on them, cleaning them up, and maybe painting components up along the frame of the car just to dress it up some. I mean, anything will look better than than it being untouched. So I don't care if there's a spot here and there that I miss. Anything will look better than it do now. So I will be addressing that in the future. And what I did want to talk to you guys about is this pulley. As you guys can see, she is massive. Now, the bigger the pulley, the less boost is applied. So this is a 4.25 inch pulley, 4 1/4, so you'll call it. And in the car, I have a 3 1/4 inch pulley. As you guys can see, she's a lot smaller. So I'm currently running about 4 to 5 pounds of boost, which is really nothing at all. I'm going off of my boost meter. When I ran the car yesterday, she do work, and I was seeing the max of 5. So I'm headed now to a shop to get this pulley installed. I can do it myself, but I just want to watch somebody do it before I start messing around with stuff. I'm not too familiar with boosted vehicles. Like I said, this is my first boosted project, and once I watch them do it one time, I'll be able to do it myself in the future, and also be able to bring you guys informational videos on how to do that kind of stuff in the near future. So I'd rather not break anything. I'd rather get somebody to do it, let them teach me, and then I'll be able to apply that in the future. But that's basically the setup thus far. Pretty self-explanatory. I may go more in depth next video, but there will be driving footage of the car. The car, like, it's a ton of fun now. It's a world of difference than what it was before, and I'm happy with it. Well, I'm not as happy because, as you guys can see, I'm putting another pulley on there, but I'm happy though because I know what this car is about to be capable of once I do install that other pulley and once I get it tuned. But you guys will be able to see the driving footage of the car. You'll be like, hey man, that's enough right there. But I do want to make sure that everything is 100%, because when you're dealing with boost, man, a lot of stuff can go, a lot of stuff can blow, and I'm trying to minimize that because I'm only dealing with a stock bottom end 302 block. So you got to be careful when you're applying boost to something like that. I will be getting another block in the near future as well. I'm just running this setup for now while I have it. There's no need to take something out if it still works. So while it works, I'm gonna still run with it. But yeah guys, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for the next, just driving footage of the 92 Foxbody Mustang. And yeah man, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, tap that bell notification for future uploads, smash that like button, man, get these videos recommended. Let's get this channel up there this year guys. 2Time Moto TV out, and until next time, peace.